Hi, I'm here with Warren Major from the Victory Bank. Welcome, Warren. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Well, we're having you, sorry.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your role here at Victory Bank.
Yeah, so I'm in a full-time business role, business development role. Started out in retail just under 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, but learning how to do the basics of banking, just from your teller side all the way to CSR, managing accounts, servicing, opening accounts, stuff like that. And then actually branched into a electronic banking role as well. We do about 70% of our deposits electronically, so from your mobile phone to your electronic scanner that we can install in your office. Most of the deposits in this day and age are going to come in electronically, so I did that role for about 6 months and am now raising deposits full-time and meeting people, shaking hands, getting out, and being part of the community. So
that's good. That's big, getting out and shaking hands and getting involved and finding out new customers and whatnot, right?
Yeah, sure.
So tell me, what did you do before you were here?
Well, that's a good question. It definitely wasn't banking. I actually made most of my living doing music, recording and playing down in Orlando, Florida. I was there for about 10 years. And learning the ins and outs of that. I actually moved down there to go to college, ended up staying. And so a little bit different of a role than I'm in now, for sure.
Yeah, I'll say so.
But certainly a transition and an invaluable one, though, if I had to say anything, because I learned so much about an entrepreneurial sense that, you know, it's easy to come into banking and kind of take what I learned there and apply it here, especially considering that we work with so many local business owners, just like I was back then. So that's what I was doing, music.
Yeah,
music,
nice,
yeah.
nice. It's a nice transition. How long have you been here?
So just about 2 years.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, what would you say would be your favorite thing about being with the banking industry, and in particular Victory Bank?
Well, we're different, you know. I've always kind of considered myself a little bit different, and just from everything that I've done, kind of gone against the grain. But what I like about being here is the people, our customers. I think just about anybody would say that, but do they really believe it? I do. Some of the best people that I know I've met right here in this lobby, and I've grown to know so many people and make so many friendships. I think it is, it's awesome. And
excellent. Yeah.
I can't think of something else that I would rather do at this point.
Yeah.
It was kind of scary coming in here and learning all this, and it was a lot. But then it was the people that I met that kept it going, and my favorite part, for sure.
Yeah, excellent. It's all about relationship, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and as you can see, the attention to detail in here is impeccable.
And it was designed to be just that.
And we're decorated for Christmas here, and it's really, I've never seen a business that's really this beautiful. Even the bathrooms were gorgeous.
Yes, they are. Well, the men's bathroom, I don't know. I think you guys lucked out. We only got one stall. So,
okay,
yeah.
well, all right. So transitioning a little bit, where do you see the future for you here at Victory Bank?
I see it as endless, really. I've been in it only a short while, so it's kind of tough to say where I'm going to end up in just the short time that I've been here, but I have assumed quite a few different roles, and I'd like to keep doing that. I'd like to keep learning and growing and seeing where I can end up. I think there's really no telling. If I had to guess, though, I'd really like to undertake a commercial banking role here, or
nice.
a commercial lending role.
Yeah.
We have about 8 of them that work here currently now. My older brother, who I look up to quite a bit, is actually one of them as well. So I'd like to eventually branch off into that and learn how to actually do loans, underwrite loans, learn how credit works, and see all the full scope of banking that I've really not yet to really discover.
Right.
But
yeah.
That's where I'd like to end up, for sure.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice goal to have.
Yeah,
very
it
nice.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad's kind of the big boss around here, so I don't know if I'm going to undertake that or anything, but no, I think a commercial lending role.
Well, you have a lot to aspire to, and it's nice to work with people you know, and even some family, because you're not good. You got to look good all the time, and you're going to be good. You don't just want to look good, you want to be the best.
Sure.
So what makes Victory Bank different from other banks? Because, you know, sometimes people say, oh, a bank is a bank, and You are a local bank, but I know you do a lot of business. So how do you see yourself standing out?
Well, I think what makes us different is words like communication. It's words like value, respect. You know, we've been here 10 years, which isn't very long. And when you talk about a word like trust, maybe that's something that you could look at and say, well, maybe there hasn't been enough time to develop something like that. But in my opinion, I see it totally differently. We've been here 10 years, and a lot of us come from other banks. National Penn, you look at that, we absorbed a lot of people that used to work there. And we've taken that local mentality of a bank and we've transitioned it here into the Victory Bank. Everyone that we work with is local. We're local people, and we take the money that we make on our deposits from local people and we put it right back into the local commerce and the local economy. And I think, I'm not sure you can say that about every bank that you would go and see. So that being said, I think that makes us really different.
Yep. So you have a really, really talented team of bankers here. And I know that firsthand, and I know a lot of them personally. Really great people. So what would you say makes them exceptional? I know that's hard to answer, but
well, that's easy.
Yeah,
that's easy. You walk in the front door. We've got 4 beautiful ladies that will sit out here and they'll give you a smile. They'll ask you how you're doing. They'll fix you a cup of coffee, and they'll shake your hand. This is basic business things that I think get overlooked quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I come from the hospitality business myself. I did that for quite a while, and that's you learn some invaluable things doing that. And I've transitioned that into working at a bank. But our team, and just I think that the overall sense that you get when I say things like value, that's what you're going to get here.
Right.
And you're going to get relationship and communication. If you're going to call us on the phone, we're going to pick it up. It's going to ring right there. If you deal with me and you met me, I'm going to give you my cell phone number and you're going to call me and I'll pick it up at 8 o'clock at night when I'm watching TV.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So I was on your website and I saw that your testimonial said that customers have an exceptional client experience here. I mean, exceptional is big, and that's really every single testimonial I read was over the top. Tell me a little bit about your statement of purpose at Victory.
Well, I've got it hanging above my desk in the back, and my boss right back there, she has it hanging too. When you talk about the statement of purpose, it goes back to maybe what I said before, things like, well, we talk about candor, talk about credibility, integrity, teamwork. Again, these are fundamental things that I think are overlooked now. And so when it comes to our employees, every employee upholds that statement, and it's a big deal. We take it pretty seriously, and it's nice. It's nice to work in an environment where people, they care. They care to uphold stuff like that. It's simple things that I say it over and over again. Right,
which is nice to have, and you can really feel it when you're in here.
Certainly.
Yeah, so I know you do both business and personal. You do student loans. Tell me a little bit about that, and which one do you do more of?
Well, starting out, we were more on the commercial side. Most of the contacts that we knew from the employees that we brought over here when we started the bank were commercial loan clients. And we've since transitioned into more of the consumer role as well. So you come in here, you can do your checking, you can do your savings. We'll get you a debit card. You can open a CD, which we have great rates on, by the way.
Nice.
But then, you know, the student loans we just branched into, so I can't really talk so much about that. But it is a product that we offer. But then even when it comes to personal lending, I mean, we can do the HELOC loans, and we're actually working on a process right now to kind of simplify the whole process, which is really cool because it's something that we hadn't done so much of. And I think, you know, you think about the Victory Bank, it's a commercial bank and that's all we do. Well, not so much. We're making an effort this year to put some changes in and try to get the personal side going as well. But you name it, we do it here. We're just like any bank in the sense that we have products that can cover you on just about every aspect, for sure.
And so I know you have a good amount of people here. What areas do you all service?
So we service mostly right here in the area. Like I said, local business owners. We'll go as far into the city, but in this day and age, most of the depositing, most of the banking is all done electronically. So I think we have something around 70% of deposits come in electronically. So we can service people in different states.
Nice.
I think
yeah.
we have a lot of customers in Florida. They
Yeah.
call me up, they want to know what's in their account, and we do it right over the phone. So in terms of who we can service and who we do actually service, it's pretty much limitless. Obviously, we like to focus more here in the local area for sure.
Sure.
But
So I know Victory Bank is affiliated with a lot of the regional chambers, and I believe Rich Graver is current chairman of the board of Tri-County Chamber.
he is. Yep.
Yeah, so that's
So
big.
it is. Rich is my boss actually right now. So we're actually really involved in a lot of different chambers. We do Chester County, we do the Tri-County,
Nice.
and we've put together a lot of our lenders, and we actually have a plan to start attending more than what we're doing right now for the next year. But as far as I mean, we do that. We do a lot of community outreach. We donate thousands of hours every year, and we're recognized as doing so because it's important. It's one thing to say that you're involved in your community and you're a local bank. It's another thing to actually go out there and do it and spend time and help people who really need it, and we do that.
Very nice. I see a lot of the guys out, because I'm a member of 6 chambers, and I see Saul, I see Joe, I see Rich, I see everybody, I see
You probably see more of me than you would.
I'm seeing a lot of you these days. So to wrap it up, Warren, where do you see the future of banking and the future necessarily, mostly of Victory Bank going?
You know, that's a good question because you talk about expanding your bank and how you can do it in this day and age with the millennials coming along and what that actually means for change in our industry. You're not going to see bank branches being built. You're going to see it all on iPhones, which you're seeing it already now. And there's not going to be any wait on funds. It's all going to be instantaneous, which is going to be really cool. And you'll see that within the next couple of years. I've actually heard building branches actually being compared to building phone booths. You'll see them, but nobody's going to be putting them anywhere anytime soon. It's going to be interesting to see what the next few years are going to be. I think we're going to be right here for a long
Yeah.
time. I have some insider information of the old man, my dad, the boss as I call him, but he has no plans to retire. We're going to be right here. We're going to be making loans, and we're going to be expanding in every way that we know how to for quite some time. So we're just going to let it run its course and do its thing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So for a wonderful banking experience, I invite you to come on down, check out Victory Bank, get a cup of coffee, get an apple, get a little something to eat here, experience this beautiful surroundings and these quality people. And I thank you so much for your time, Warren.
Patty,
It's a pleasure.
always a pleasure.
Thank you.